Good morning, everybody, in a wet Sydney day. I'm joined today by Penny He at Your Broker Room. I'm Glenn Mitchell, that head up commercial and equipment finance for the group. Penny, it's been a journey. I think it started in 2017 with
Yes,
N1 Holdings coming onto the panel, one of our
that's
first
right.
private lenders. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Let
you.
let first of all, we'll hear about your story before we hear about N1 Holdings. Have you always been in finance?
Yeah, my background is accounting, and I happen to work for a group with finance arm as well. So as a junior person, I volunteer, like I want to expose myself into finance as well. So I had my education, my diploma, advanced diploma, and I also, at the same time, I do accounting as well as the compliance and licensing, and I work with a group of advisors. So during that period of time, I gained my experience in finance, compliance, license, as well as accounting and tax, and some corporate governance. So I'm so lucky that I'm equipped enough when I joined N1 back in 2014. More than 10 years ago. And I am able to, play a meaningful role to the company's growth.
We were fortunate enough to be introduced by Frank Gannis.
Oh, yes.
And it seems like yesterday we
Yeah,
came into the
right.
office to meet you and Ren,
Yeah.
Ren the CEO. And how many on staff now at N1?
Well, we have 15 people in office and also 5 people in Malaysia working as a supporting role. So they do the reporting and back office work.
Now, we're going to talk about private lending in detail, but today is really promotion of what you do. I hear great feedback. The people that have dealt with N1 Holdings, quick answers, if a deal can be set or compromised as to work within your lending criteria, you make every effort possible. Funding.
Yeah.
Where do you get your funding from?
Well, we get our fundings mainly from institutional investors, family offices, high net wealth investors. To be honest, also, family and friends who trust in us and invest with us. And we also have money from Ren and myself, like both of us are investors of our fund. So our money's in there and we make meaningful decisions.
Portfolio, what is the size of the book as it today?
So we have funded over $140 million in the book. And the funding that we can access to is around 250 mil. So yeah, money coming in and out, we always have enough capacity to settle new deals.
And average term would be about 12 months for private lending. Would that be about right?
Yeah, well, used to be 6 to 12 months and now like towards 12 months. Yes. And we're happy to fund up to 36 months and we're happy to extend it if it's, qualified and when the client needs.
So if I was sitting with a client today, when would I think of N1 Holdings? What's a typical transaction that you would see that would fit within your needs outside the major banks and the second tier lenders?
Yeah, well, look, our key products are property-backed loans. So we need an established property or land to be served as a security, but we don't look at financials, and we actually try to understand the whole logic of this borrowing, how you repay us and why you need the money. And also because we lend our own fund, we don't need to call any investors like when there is a deal. When we make an offer, we think it's a deal that can be settled. We have the money in the bank account, we can settle straight away. So that's one thing that we differentiate to other lenders. A typical deal to us is well, look, we can fund now up to 25 mil. So in the past, we look at, smaller size deals, 5 mil-ish, but now in our book, we have multiple more than 10 mil deals, single assets.
Well, that was my next question, actually. I was
Yeah.
wondering where your loan cap was. So you'll go up to 25 million.
Yeah, we go up to 25 mil because in the past few months, we have inquiries about luxury properties, and actually it's good to lend to the rich people. So and they have various other assets, or it's safer in some means. So we went back and had our internal meetings, talked to founders, and we created a new product that we can lend up to 25 mil for one single asset.
So it's not really rate sensitive because basically I'm looking for a solution. If I'm a broker, I'm looking for a solution for the client. So they're not going to haggle over 1 or
Yes.
2% because they want a quick decision and they want those
They
funds.
want the money to be ready to be deployed because in many cases, when even if there is a loan agreement, people may call investors and ask for money. But for us, when we say yes, the money is in the bank account.
One of the
We
brokers in
manage.
Melbourne had a fantastic experience because it was an urgent
Oh
transaction.
yeah, yeah.
And we were actually, for privacy reasons, we won't let the brokers, but
Remember
he
that.
was just over the moon because he
I
said
know.
the transaction he didn't think would get set, got
Yeah.
set. The clients couldn't stop praising him enough because of the solution that was provided.
Yeah.
And I think even you accepted the valuation as well that they'd already prepared.
That's right. Because, well, we have been, that's another topic actually. I was trying to say, we developed multiple different types of GPTs that AI powered tools that help us to make some decisions and evaluations. We just released a valuation GPT, which help us to check whether this particular valuation report is viable.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so in some cases, we can get assigned valuation, or we can use the original valuation already prepared if that can be checked against our
Which is really
system.
good because a lot of private lenders won't.
Yeah, I know.
They'll insist on their restricted
That
panel, so that's refreshing to hear. So
that's
so
right.
most of your major ones like Heron Todd White, PRP,
Yeah,
et
yeah.
cetera, would be acceptable
Yeah,
for your
we
group?
will. Yeah, definitely, definitely. And if it's a bank initiated valuation report, we generally will endorse it. If it's client initiated, we probably will, check against, our internal rules and the valuation GPT, and it will tell us, the red flags or what else we need to clarify, or whether it's good to go.
So let's get into the detail of the loan. So if the loan's if it's a 12-month facility
Yeah.
and the client wants to pay it back early, are there clawbacks
Oh,
and early repayment fees?
no, well, we charge a early repayment fee, which is only $2,000. That's the administration fee, and you can pay back anytime after the minimum term. Normally, we have 3 months minimum term.
Oh, that's more
Yeah,
than
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
What about specialised securities? Are you interested hotels, motels, caravan parks, etc., or not really?
Well, we have been doing these type of securities, and we look at the overall picture. To be honest, we found a golf course, we found a cinema in Wollongong. We have various type of different style specialized commercial properties in the book, and all of them we underwrite with a commercial sense. We look at why and how they repay us, and not just because this particular security type.
Construction development, is that something you're
Well,
interested in or not really?
well, this is the only thing that we don't do is construction loans. We from day one when we develop our products, we made it clear that we don't do construction loans, and this actually saved us, in the
Yeah,
past
no,
few years,
and that's
and we
understandable.
yeah,
You're not on your own there. There's minimal lenders that will play in those markets
yeah,
because, they're the ones that typically would cause risk issues.
yeah.
I suppose from that point of view, you're very governed by compliance, aren't you?
Yes,
That
yes.
would be something that will give you not headaches, but it's an area that is closely monitored because of you got investors' funds on the other side.
That's correct. So we have multiple licenses, financial services license and credit license, and with lending authorization. So we are listed on ASX back in 2016. So we are entering the 10th year
Yeah.
for the listing. Yeah, there are a lot of audits and compliance requirements and reports and everything. Being an ASX listed lender and with all the different types of licenses, we are happy and we are used to the audits and high standards. We actually would like to have more standard or governance in this industry, so
Yeah.
everybody play in a fair environment.
I totally agree, and that's why it's important for us as an aggregator to make sure that we've got the right
Yeah.
lenders on our panel. And as I said, you've been on there now for 8 or 9 years, and
Yeah.
the relationships just blossomed every year.
Mm.
Nationally, will you lend all around Australia, or are you restricted?
Oh no, we land. We don't have any postcode restrictions. We land Australia wide. Yes,
Okay,
and
new
we can
products on
do.
the horizon? Any new products?
Well, yeah. So Apart from the increased maximum loan size on single security, we also these days we have expanded our appetite in industrial securities as well. So we founded quite a few large-sized warehouses
Yeah.
in Sydney and Melbourne. Um, I mean, like over $11 million in valuations, all those types of large-sized ones, and we're happy to take them and fund them.
Now, I know that this is a strange question because it's rate to risk, but what would a typical rate look like for M1 Holdings?
Okay, so we promote our standard rate at 9.95%,
Under
and
10%.
under 10% now.
Okay.
Yes, we sharpened the rate in response to the whole market sentiment about interest rates coming down. Yes, we are able to fund under 10% at the moment. In some particular deals, we're happy to chat. Like we don't when we when we promote our rates, we
Yeah.
don't actually make it extremely low rate just to catch the eyes and add all those different fees to make it back
Yep.
to whatever we want to achieve.
Yep.
We make it very simple and straightforward. We don't want to play the math game with our clients or brokers.
So will you issue an indicative offer to me if I had a client with me today, an indicative, or do you prefer just to do a formal loan offer?
Oh, we can do indicative, or sometimes the broker would like to have something in email format. We can do that too.
Yep.
And once the client is happy, committed, we proceed to the formal letter of offer and then loan agreement. This can be all happening really quickly.
Well, for those watching today that haven't used M1 Holdings, I can only endorse the feedback that I get, Penny, and it's not because you're here today. We have regular catch-ups. It's nothing but brilliant with the service turnaround times. And if the deal can't be set, you make a quick decision. It's
Yeah.
not, the broker won't be mucked around. So for those that haven't used them, give M1 Holdings. Penny, it's been great to chat today.
Thank you
Thanks
very
very much for your
much.
support and ongoing support on behalf of the YBR Group. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Pleasure.